Hi, it's Social Media Talks in Conversation with I'm Alan Hennessy,
And I'm Trevor Hawkins.
and today we are going to be talking about the value of your content. So stay tuned, it's going to be interesting chat.
So content, Alan, strange word. People have got it into their mind. It's a social media content-y thing. Confuses a few people. And I know I talk to many people and they go, but I don't know what to post. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on here, I'm everywhere. And what do I say? What do I put out there? What's the message? And they just don't really know
What it is.
And should they put the same thing on Instagram as they do on LinkedIn? Help.
Yeah. Well, I suppose at the end of the day, it's quite a common question as well. Is what content should I be posting? I think that the real value or the real thing about it is adding value to your customer. It's adding that value.
Yeah.
And I suppose when it comes to content, you need to look at the different platforms. We've spoken in previous talks about, adding that value and finding the right type of content to put on your social media.
But I think that's the key thing, isn't it? It's the right content for the right platform.
Yeah.
That is to the right customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the maze of where's the right customer? Do you know who your right customer is? Where are they? Which platform are they on? What's the magic trick of it all? Is there a magic trick? Is there a one rule fits all, or where do we?
Well, no, there's not. But at the end of the day, you've got to have empathy with your customer.
Empathy.
Yeah.
I hear it bantered about. I hear it thrown in personas and always going, but just if you're not sure on empathy, no, first time I come across it, I've heard the words, but in social media terms, what's that actually really? Break it down to simple language.
Okay, well, so empathy is basically adding value to your customer. It's basically what it's doing is it's focusing on them, and that's how you create the empathy between you and them. It's like a conversation. It's like we're having a conversation here.
Yeah.
There's empathy between us because we're talking about this subject.
Commonality on it.
So there's a commonality, but we're also sharing content. We're sharing content with each other, and that's we go back to
talking the same language. In other words.
Yeah, we're talking in the same language. We're talking, so that is empathy in its truest form.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's where I would say, like, I give you, for instance, like we worked with a restaurant, and basically they were a fairly sizable restaurant, and like that, they were on all the different platforms. But how they spoke on the different platforms was different.
Yeah.
So we, let's take a look at, say, for instance,
you're going to say LinkedIn. You're going to start by no.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, let's start with LinkedIn.
Why not?
Okay, so with LinkedIn, they had a function room upstairs.
Yeah.
So basically, they could have put up posts and saying, "Oh yeah, we have a function room. Come for your 21st now." People on LinkedIn aren't looking to book a 21st.
Probably not. No.
So the road we used there was we brought them down the corporate road. So for product launches, for product, corporate events, evenings, wine tasting, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But we were able to write fantastic blogs and posts and, give that information out that it was available for that. So that's how we use LinkedIn for that particular person.
Yeah, and you probably got a bit more technical about how big the room was.
Yeah, exactly.
People, that kind of thing.
Fit.
Yeah.
And then we targeted at certain businesses. We targeted at certain, whether it be the events manager, the sports and social clubs, or the sports and social people who were in corporate businesses. That's who we targeted. So we spoke to them. So we gave them options.
You're talking their language.
You're talking
if
their.
You've got a corporate PA, somebody wanting to book a venue. They want a venue for a product launch. They want to fit 50 people. They want champagne. They want the nibbles.
Yeah.
They want it done properly. I may not want the red carpet outside, but could do.
But they have.
But they can see that that's the kind of venue that fits.
And of course, and then all of that,
Yeah.
that worked because they did get bookings through this.
Yeah.
So okay, so we move on. So for instance, say on Instagram.
Yeah, I guess that approach isn't an Instagram approach.
No, not at all. No. Not at all. With Instagram, it was more user-generated content.
There you go again. Techie words, user-generated content. UGC.
UGC. So basically, what we done was it's user organized content, more or less. Okay. So how we done it was
you're basically getting the users to create the content rather than you.
Yes.
Isn't that a bit lazy?
No, because what it does is it creates engagement.
Right. Yeah. Good.
It creates engagement, but it also creates content for us that we don't have to go and say, all right, what am I going to write today, or what are we going to post, or what are we going to do today?
Yeah, because people get a bit tired of I've got to come up with new content all the time. I've got to keep putting it out, and I've got to put it out different on Instagram than I do on LinkedIn. Yeah. To build empathy. So what did you do for user?
So what we done was with the user-generated content was we actually turned around and we asked people who came into the restaurant on the Friday and the Saturday night to take a selfie and post it and use the hashtag that was associated with the restaurant. Yeah. Okay. What happened was if you done that, you got entered into a draw. At the end of the month, they gave away a voucher for whatever the value
Some
was.
Incentive, yeah.
So there was an incentive there. But what we done was we got a huge amount of content in of people taking selfies with their food in the actual restaurant and stuff like that. So
and they got wine bar.
Yeah.
Early Friday night, grab a wine and a prosecco and have a night out. Yeah.
There's a whole there was a whole concept behind it.
Yeah.
But we were also able to use that then and share it on the other platforms.
Yeah.
So we were able to move it off that and use it on Twitter as, posts and say, come look at these people enjoying their having a great time, blah, 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 that type of thing. So we were able to do that. But also on Twitter then, what we also done was we also got in front of the suppliers, for instance. So say, for instance, the girl who would be doing the corporate food, the flowers for the corporates, we would have posted her content. We would have shared. If there was a big concert on in town, we would have, tweeted the concert.
Well, I know the venue you're talking about, and there's always lots of events around and about.
Huge amount.
And you're going to want, maybe before you go to the event, you're going to want to pop in for a cocktail or a prosecco or some dinner or a cup of coffee or whatever, or an early evening meal. Yeah. So if they can connect through.
So you're using, that's how we use Twitter, and then of course we jumped on hashtags and we use the hashtags as well with it.
On the local contacts,
So all of the local businesses around as well, so we mentioned them. So that whole content was starting to move.
Yeah.
Then on Facebook, what do you think we did on Facebook?
Got social.
Yes, we got social. But what we did was we were able to engage with the people. We were able to spare, when we were there, when the big restaurant was busy on the Thursday or Friday night, was actually do some live video recordings. So we were able to use Facebook for that, generate, good graphics that will show off, whether it be the cocktails, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic one. I remember years ago, I did a website for a restaurant, and all the photos they sent me were photos of their furniture. There was no people in the restaurant. And I said to them, can you get some photos of some people in your restaurant? Because it looks like a furniture showroom.
Yeah.
And that made all the difference. Once you can get the people, you can start doing it. So if people are having a 21st birthday, that empathy comes in, doesn't it? You can relate. I'm having a 21st, I'm not 21st, you know what I mean? But
long time since he had a 21st. I can tell you that now. Long time since he had a 21st.
Still relate. That's not that far. It's not long ago. But no, you can start getting that connection of seeing people actually enjoying themselves there. They're getting the birthday cake when the lights go out, the candles start, and all the rest of it.
But what they did is then they shared that with their
people
friends.
Check in, put the content out. Yeah.
Then we had people who checked in. If you check in, you were entered into a draw. So what we done was throughout the night, because obviously there was moving. It was a transient crowd with the restaurant. Obviously, people coming in, having a meal, and going. So what we would do is every hour or so, we would give away free cocktail. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But it would have only been people that had checked in.
Yeah.
So we picked one of them.
Yeah.
And then we messaged them. We actually were able to message them, excuse me, on Facebook. And they got the message.
Yeah.
I come up to the reception. I'm here for my free cocktail.
Yeah, yeah. And the clever bit about Facebook is, I think, when you check in at a venue like that, a day or two later, Facebook says, "Do you want to do a review? You checked in so and so 2 days ago. Do you want to do a review?" And it actually prompts people then to do a review.
Yeah,
which will help.
And it also gives it upgrades your your engagement. It increases your engagement.
Yeah.
It builds and it drives more traffic to it. And when Facebook see that engagement, they go, "Hold on here. Let's boost this a small bit more." And it drives the engagement up.
Yeah.
It gives your Facebook page more often.
Yeah. So probably on a very simple scenario there, a restaurant, I think we all kind of understand what a restaurant is as a business model. It isn't the tedium of everything, right? I've got to have a graphic, I have a post, I've got to have all this text. It's actually being clever with the thinking of actually you've got lots of people coming in and out of your restaurant on a daily basis that can all create content for you, and then you can pick the best bits out of that.
Yeah.
And okay, you might have to give a free cocktail away, but the value you get, sure pays for that cocktail.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you add value to content that you're pushing out to your community or customers or whatever it means, it makes them feel they're part of it.
Yeah.
And when they feel they're part of that story or part of like there's nothing nicer than actually getting a message on Facebook or getting a message anywhere saying, "Oh, they're talking to me," or "They're talking to me."
Oh, I know so many places I've checked in. You check in a restaurant. Remember the old thing when you took a picture of your food? You had to do that before you could eat it.
Yeah.
In the old days. So you check into a place, you take a picture of the food, you take a selfie of you having friends and drinks and all the rest of it. You have a great time, and the venue just ignored you completely. And you sort of thought they're missing the trick. That I'm giving them content, and they're ignoring me completely.
Yeah.
And it's not difficult, is it? It's not. It's not difficult.
No.
Someone's just got to monitor your feed, monitor your messages.
But there's alerts.
Reply to people.
There is alerts that you can put on notifications.
Yeah.
And if they say, "Oh, well, it's busy on a Friday night," okay, so give someone that task at the weekend to do the monitoring.
Yeah.
If it needs training, so be it. That can be trained.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is it's value that you're adding, and it's creating that whole empathy with that customer because they now feel as though they're involved with it. So adding value is the key to creating content.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And having that conversation creates content.
Yeah.
The customer opens the door by checking in.
Yeah.
Put some photos, puts a conversation out.
Yeah.
You can then start having a conversation, can't you?
Yeah.
And Twitter is, for a conversation as it's happening, Twitter's brilliant. Facebook's pretty good. LinkedIn, probably not quite the platform for that.
No.
But certainly Twitter and Facebook, you can have that instant conversation. It's not rocket science.
And it's the same on Instagram if someone comments on your posts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You check in to a restaurant by sitting in the chair and a waitress comes over, menu, have a chat. How nice is it feeling? Forget all the technology. When the staff there talk to you as a person, not just, "Can I take your order? Here's your food." If they actually talk to you and say, "Oh, you have a nice day today," or "If you going to the concert later on,
exactly.
I can recommend the fish pie tonight." Old school conversation made you feel good and had a good time. So it's just relating that on our digital world, isn't it, and on the platforms, and just extending those conversations.
We had I listened to a webinar a couple of months back with Gary V, and he was talking to he was a guy who worked with restaurants to get their business up and running and whatever, and he told a very good story of where the 3 napkins.
I think I remember it.
So the first napkin is red, so the second napkin is blue, and the third napkin is white.
Yeah.
And basically it symbolized the customer's journey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what they done was so when you arrived into the restaurant, they would ask you, "Oh, is this your first time here?"
Yeah.
and they would say, yes, it's our first time here.
Mm.
So they would pick out the red napkin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'd bring them to the table and they'd seat them at the table.
Mm.
Now, you know no different. The red napkin or the blue napkin.
No,
or the red,
yeah.
you just were looking at the napkin.
Mm.
So what they done was is then the second time they come in. So the waiters knew that these were first time, so they needed to impress them.
Yeah.
But what they also did was is they used social media.
Mm.
So what they done is oh, don't forget to follow us on our social media page.
Yeah.
Here's all the details. They
Yeah.
were able to give them all them details.
Yeah.
Right. Second time they came in, they gave them the blue napkin.
Mm.
So they say, oh, you enjoyed your last time here.
Mm.
That created value. That created empathy with that customer.
Yeah.
Third time they were regular.
Mm.
So now they were just gone to a standard, whatever it was, black or whatever it may, whatever the colour be.
Yeah.
Right. But they also remember to engage with them and says, oh, you've been here 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, we want to give you a free dessert. They loved it. Of course, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
After that third time they do it,
Mm.
they will always come back to you, become a regular customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the point being is that by creating that on the first option, they would have given them the social media links.
Mm.
Now, if their experience is good and they come back the second time,
Yeah.
they're going to check in.
Yeah.
The third time, they're going to leave a review.
Mm.
So you see the
Builds
process
up,
of how it works.
Mm.
So this is where value comes into social.
Mm.
This is where it all relates back to real life. It all relates back to straight away. You can see what's happening.
Mm.
So that, my dear friend, is creating
value. Yeah.
Creating value and adding good content.
So it's not actually as stressful as a lot of people just think. They've got to sit there thinking, I've got to type a message, I've got to get a picture and a photo constantly all the time, keep on putting it out. Yeah, you still need to do some of that, but there's a lot more you can actually do. And for many businesses, you can actually use your customers, create value for you and reuse it. Yeah,
social media is not the dinner. It's the ingredients.
Like it.
I love it.
Great conversation.
Now, there you go. So I do hope this was of some value to you. If you want to find out more, you can get in contact with us as well. We're always delighted to have your comments, so you can find us on our Facebook page and also on Twitter and LinkedIn, whether it be Alan Hennessy at Compass Media or
Travel Organs, Digital Alchemist.
Yeah, that's where you'll find us. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you soon. On the next time. Bye-bye.